You think a baby boy is a little man?
Talking about a tiny human?
I was thinking about that today. Is that a little man?
No.
No.
What is it?
Man has definition. That's just a boy.
A boy
Yeah.
that's gone through puberty is technically a man.
What if you have a disease where you never go through puberty, but you're 60 years old? Are you a man or are you still a boy?
Well, you would technically, I guess, be an idiot that didn't go to the doctor and get testosterone replacement so that you went through puberty.
But are you a man or a boy?
You'd be a boy man.
Yeah, I still
Boy.
call you a man.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you went through as well. I think that the passage into manhood is it's a lot of sacrifice involved, and if you went through it, then I think you earn a title.
So you think you have to have certain experiences to be a man, like life experiences, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, know when to die quietly,
it's
so
like-
you don't wake everybody else up.
It's like a certain politician we know that still acts like a freaking child because he's never, actually been told no and had it stick.
So would you say he's not a man?
I'd say he's more of a guppy.
What's a guppy? Like
a fish. Yes.
What makes him a fish? Because
Just wait till he goes to prison. He'll be a very popular fish.
does he breathe underwater?
Uh-huh.
So to be a man, you cannot be locked in a room since you were a boy and then come out when you're 60. Because then you wouldn't have any life
No, then
experiences.
you'd be a psychopath.
Yeah, that's
You see what happens
yeah.
to people that, spend too long in solitary confinement?
But you wouldn't be a man.
You wouldn't be English. You wouldn't be able to speak. You'd barely be human.
You'd be like a feral person.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be a wildling.
Oh, what about that guy in Austria that had his daughter under his house, and he had kids with his daughter? Then
Killed a bunch of those kids. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
I hope he has a really, 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 really long life in a Supermax prison where everybody is really, 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 really friendly.
You know what's crazy about that is like he's that went on for like years and years, and supposedly his wife never knew what was going on in the basement.
I call BS.
That's what I say, because that's hard to believe.
BS. That's got to be BS.
So she was never prosecuted or anything, just he was. And he said when she asked about these babies, he said somebody was dropping them off at the doorstep. Just multiple times.
Oh, that is the dumbest shit.
How much in denial do you have to be?
Isn't that crazy?
Now, did her mother, was her mother and father related?
Well, so he had a daughter with his wife, the bad guy, and then he wrote a fake note from her saying she ran away when she was like 12 or something, but really he had built this dungeon in the basement where he hid her away. And then he would go down there and have sex with her, and then he had kids with her. Then they all lived in that basement room. And then he told his wife he would just go down there, and that was his workshop. But he kept it locked up and stuff. But that, to me, I think she would know something was going on.
She didn't notice that he was taking enough food down there for 3 people. The baby formula, the diapers, the trash coming out of there.
Yeah, the crying, the whining.
Yeah, that's what
But that's what I was saying. Was the wife in the same situation? Like, was her parents related?
No. They were. Neither of them had parents that were related. It's just this was his weird fetish that he was into incest.
Well,
I guess.
like I said, I hope he lives a really, really long life in a very, very friendly prison.
What do you think?
What country was this in?
Austria.
Austria. I don't know how the prisons are there in Austria, but I kind of want him to, you know, have a special visit where he gets to stay in a U.S. prison because, you know, those guys know what to do with the child rapists.
Yeah, they usually don't even put them in.
According to a guy on YouTube who has a lot of time behind bars, chomos are, yeah. Well,
I know who you're talking about.
They're not treated well.
JD 5150.
I don't know his actual name. I just see him on, you know, YouTube Shorts, but he says the chomos have a very hard time as long as they last, and sometimes they don't last very long.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't say send him to prison in Brazil, because that'll get you killed real quick. I want him to live. I just want him to be tortured every day for the rest of his life. Very, very long life.
I'm a very fair man. I don't believe we should torture him. I think we should just, you know, like make him lay down and put some big rocks on his chest, and then make him confess to everything that he's done, and then kill him.
No, I think it is
Joseph
fair.
Fritzl.
I think it is fair for him to be in prison and get the exact same treatment that, you know.
But doesn't that breed more of the problem, though? Like,
Okay.
Aren't you creating more of the people that are doing a thing that you don't want anybody else to do?
So they said he was in a psychiatric detention, and last month they ruled that he could go to a regular prison.
He's going to be popular.
He's 88 years old now. He kept his daughter captive for 24 years and fathered
20. Oh my.
7 children with her.
See what I'm saying? But no, there is no fucking way, excuse my language, that the wife did not know. 24 years.
There's no way she could have not known something was up.
And where did they live? Were they like out in the mountains somewhere?
No,
I'm thinking
they were in a little town in Austria. It was, you know, it wasn't really rural or anything. You just had a dungeon.
And he had 7 kids.
Yeah, fathered 7 children with her. And then I think what happened was one of the kids was dying, and so he took the kid to the hospital, and they figured out that something else was going on, and they called the police, and then that's when they found out. One of the kids died, so 6 of them survived over the next 24 years. Oh, okay, his daughter disappeared at 18. I thought she was younger than that. In 1984, and then she emerged in 2008. 24 years old.
So an 18-year-old just disappeared, and everybody was like, all right, you know, I guess that's a normal thing around here.
No, she wasn't 24 years old. She was in there for 24 years. So she was 42? Yeah, she was 18 and came out when she was 42.
Oh my God.
I think that math is right. Pretty crazy.
Well, you know, I think that's a terrible thing, but I am glad that did not happen in the U.S. because we already have a pretty tough reputation to get past now.
You remember the guy in Cleveland who had the 3 women locked in his attic? The Castro guy? You don't remember that? Remember that there was a meme of the guy that saved her? There was a black dude that was talking on TV, and they asked him, "What made you go and do that?" You know, because she was saying, she was like yelling outside of the door, and that guy wasn't there, and he had this funny interview where he said that something like if a white girl is yelling for a black guy to come and save her, then you know something's wrong or something like that. But that was like a big meme for a long time, and they even like songified it, the interview and stuff. And that guy, he killed himself in prison, though. Or actually killed himself before he was even convicted, I think. While he was in jail waiting for trial.
Well, yeah, he's going to an American prison, and the word's going to get around. He's like, look, shortcut.
Yeah.
You did hear about that guy in I think it was Brazil that raped his. Keep saying words that'll get us banned on YouTube. My bad.
Say grape.
Raped his own son that was like 8 or 9 or something to death, and like turned himself into the police, and then he got to the, and you know, he was a martial artist, but he got to jail in Brazil. I think it was Brazil, and they bent him over so bad that he had to have reconstructive surgery on his. He got sent to the emergency room and got everything sewed up, and then they sent him directly back to Gen Pop, and it happened again.
Yeah, I could see that happening.